This is what it looks like at a radio station on a day of hurricane.
Here we go. Power 96. It is now 5:14, 14 minutes after 5 o'clock, and Jim's got the very latest.
And the first question is, where is Hurricane Andrew? It is to the east, 240 miles. Which way is it heading? Right towards us. When I say right towards us, what do I mean?
Specifically.
Draw a straight line directly from the eye of Hurricane Andrew west, which is exactly where it's heading at 16 miles an hour. Downtown Miami is where the end of the arrow goes.
They predict it.
So when will we start feeling the effects of Hurricane Andrew? We should start seeing the skies darken and some rain right about now. We should start feeling some of the effects of the wind sometime around midnight.
The clouds starting to move fast.
When should this storm actually begin to pound us? Probably between 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. How strong are the winds? 150 miles an hour. How dangerous is this hurricane? Very dangerous. It's now a Category 4, but it may still become a Category 5, which is the worst a hurricane can become. So we're keeping our eyes on this. We already have a report of 4 deaths in the Bahamas. The hurricane is just beginning to hit the Bahamas now. So we're going to keep you posted.
And our game plan, Jim, is that if we go off the air, 610 WIOD will be rebroadcast on our frequency.
Okay, this is to keep you informed.
Okay, also FPL advises that, it's just in that turn your refrigerator
And not stuck there, and if you're someplace dangerous, that's not where you want to be. So the time to leave is not later, the time to leave is now.
Now I understand too, in some areas that have been evacuated, they're not letting people go back into the evacuated areas. So people, once they leave, that's it.
That's right. Some people have been concerned about things like their homes, their property, their boats. Boats are a major concern for a lot of people, and officials say at this point, forget about the boats. It is not worth
We're going to do this later, do all of this now, because things could be dangerous, like Jim said. The question...
Yeah, do this. Say, hey, Jim, you on the morning show, you were talking about Tropical Storm Andrew last week. And I'll say why I was talking about it.
So what do you think, Jim? Are we going to live to see this video?
We are going to live to see this video. I have
I'm counting on you now. I'm counting on you.
Faith.
Very good.
To Andrew, I say, vete a la mierda.
All the devastation that we're looking at is the result of a Category 2.
Oh my God.
Customers here are
Oh, my friend Lewis.
also complimented by hundreds of thousands of
Taking care of business here with the hurricane.
Yes.
And here's one busy.
Just call me Hurricane now.
Power 96 Hurricane Command Center. He's over here.
To do the work in South
Yesterday we were saying, no, it ain't going to
the
come.
people down
Yeah.
here, and there's
Well,
just
after
huge
they
convoys
call,
coming down, as they always do.
Okay, blame it on me.
Yes, it's all his fault, right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Harry and Beth, we all pointed out a little earlier today that you all brought to check in with Molly Dugan and Skywatch 16.
How could Robert W. heat this shit up and then...
And away from the...
He's a wild...
Hey,
Smells
Cubanos.
like kerosene.
Ew.
Hello, Molly.
Oh,
My God.
that's cardiac medicine.
And we're thinking a lot now in Dade and Broward County. We do have very slow traffic. A lot of people right now are heading up the turnpike trying to go to Orlando. So you're going very slow traffic all the way from Broward County. We're getting reports that it's 40 miles an hour.
They're attributing a 56% probability that this hurricane, the center of the hurricane, will pass within 65 miles of this location. This is an official computer.
I gotta go, bro. I gotta go. Call me back.
Every major route east-west, you know which ones they are, starting in the Boston County from Hallandale Beach Boulevard.
We're going down. Power 86, it is now 5:47 in the afternoon. I'm Rafi Contigo here with us. We've got team coverage of the hurricane as it is predicted to head straight for us here in Miami, Hurricane Andrew. Jim Reilly, our news director. Robert Walker is here. We've got Little Laz Demas, and Jim, we've had a lot of information come in over the past 15 minutes.
Here is the very latest Hurricane Andrew, which is now 150 mile an hour maximum sustained winds. It's a Category 4 storm, which is the next to the worst it can get. It can still develop into a Category 5 storm. What we have to be concerned about is that Andrew is heading directly our way. Now, I just heard that any hopes that Hurricane Andrew will do what Hurricane David did some 14 years ago, and that is come up close to us and then take a bump to the north, those are pie in the sky thoughts. This hurricane is serious, it's dangerous, it's heading directly our way. It's now about 230 miles to the east of us. It is heading directly towards the Miami area at 16 miles an hour, which means the tropical force winds should begin to be apparent here all over South Florida by about midnight tonight. Here's a couple things you can do if you're home now and you got your bathtub full of water. You have your cap full of regular household chlorine bleach to put in that water to keep your
That was a good point. I didn't know that.
One cap of regular household Clorox per tub of water for 3 days. Here's some things you can do while you're waiting at home. Take your VCR or your camera and record some of your furnishings that you may need later for
insurance
purposes.
Yes.
Take down some serial numbers on your stereo equipment, on your computing equipment, on your video recorders.
Yes.
And one more thing, if you're sitting there getting ready for this storm, go check on your neighbors. I know a lot of people are doing that, but you know, a lot of times you got somebody living next door you don't know too well. Just pop on over and say, is there anything I can do to help out?
Make sure. And Robert, we were watching on TV where the hurricane is exactly now. And
if it were to maintain this direct bead on Miami, which by the way it has maintained for the past several hours at least, it would hit at 25.4 latitude of 25.4 north. That corresponds to the dead center of Dade County. It would be south of downtown, right around the Perrine area in through there. And unfortunately, the bad news would be for North Dade County because it's the northern wall of that eye that has the strongest winds. Not that the southern half is not extremely dangerous, but that northern wall would be very, very dangerous. They say there would be about a 20-mile wide swath of 150 mile per hour winds.
Wow.
20 miles, if you can imagine, from South Miami into the North Dade area. That's about 20 miles or so.
We're talking catastrophic damage.
Catastrophic damage and significant
winds
way, way on out from...
And then you got to remember that after the eye comes over, then the winds go counterclockwise. They go the exact opposite direction.
Correct.
And
as this gets very, very close, and the bulletins will come fast and furious, and we will go virtually live to keep you posted as often and as accurately as we can exactly what to do. It's very important that you load up your battery-operated radio. This will be in the wee hours of the morning, and this will be pre-dawn. However, before you go to bed tonight, make sure you've got your batteries in your flashlight and in your radio so that when you do get up, whatever stations are on the air will be able to give you information. And just because the storm passes over you and the skies lighten up, that's exactly the point that you're making. You may be in the eye of the hurricane and it may happen all over again an hour later.
Exactly.
So it's important to stay tuned to a radio. Don't make a move after this thing goes through until you get official information from reliable sources on what to do next.
Okay, Laz, what do you have some
We
information?
got our hurricane hotline number here for information or emergency. It's 596-8735 or 595-6661.
Okay, repeat those numbers again.
That's 596-8735 and 595-6661. Please don't call 911 because they don't have any report on this situation. 911 should only be used for other kind of emergencies. So that's 596-8735 or 595-6661.
And you also got some information on transportation, right?
Right, buses are still running and will be available until given notice. They're advising to please use any kind of transportation now because once winds get up to 50 miles per hour, they might be not available.